guys, welcome to the review show. My name is Austin. Last Breath stars Finn Cole, Simu Lilu, and Woody Harrelson. The true story of a seasoned deep-sea divers who battled the raging elements to rescue a crewmate who's trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean surface. The lead up to this movie had my interest. Anything with the ocean is terrifying to me, and I'm all in going on trying to experience a thrilling film when it comes to the ocean. So I was kind of looking forward to this film. Didn't really know much about it besides it was based on a true story. And I came out walking smiling for this movie. I had a really good time with Last Breath. The dynamic between all the characters, Finn Cole, Woody Harrelson, and Simu Lilu, I'm pretty sure, hopefully that's how you say his name. Oh, I'm most likely saying his name wrong. But the chemistry between these three guys are very fun, and they work very well together in the film. And the movie kind of takes its time to build up to the big point of the movie, where Finn Cole's character gets lost in the middle of the ocean, and he has 10 minutes of oxygen, and so they have to find him in that amount of time. It takes its time to get to that point, and you really get to see how decompressing works, and which I didn't really know much about how that would work, and it was kind of cool to see the processing of that, and I thought that was very good. And you kind of get some of these kind of moments between our characters building some form of character realization for each of the characters during this process, which was kind of nice. And next, when Finn Cole goes missing in the ocean, that's when everything starts building, where tension really starts building. They do a very good job at making you feel claustrophobic in a way, being stuck at the bottom of the ocean. Now, you don't constantly stay with Finn Cole's character. They definitely do go back and forth between like Simu Lilu's character, Woody Harrelson's character, even people on the ship, because one of the reasons why you're in this situation in the first place is because the ship malfunctioned and you're in this massive storm that's going on while the divers are down at the bottom of the ocean. And every second in the second half of this movie was great and intense, and you were just like, you honestly did not feel like you wanted to take a breath of yourself. So they do a very good job at that. My biggest complaint for this movie, though, is that it does seem like it could have been a little bit longer. I feel like, because there was a lot of times in this movie where characters were just kind of just sitting around, it didn't talk to one another. And now, since this is based on a true story, maybe that's what happened. Like, they just kind of just sat around, mostly didn't really talk to one another about other stuff. But at the same time, you're telling a movie, and we kind of really need to get to know about these characters. You know certain things about the characters, but what you learn doesn't really go that extent any further with any of these characters. Like, you do know that Finn Cole's character has a wife, or like a fiance, is about to be a wife, his wife, and you learn that she's not very, safe with him doing this job, and she's worried in that aspect. Him and Woody Harrelson have a past where Woody Harrelson was kind of like his trainer, and they've kind of went through the process of, being best buds, and this is going to be his like last trip, and so that kind of builds up and forms some form of tension there. You have Simu Lilu, who's kind of like this like serious guy who doesn't want to really get any form of attachments with anyone, and he just kind of wants to focus on his job because this is like a dangerous job, and they don't go any further than that. And I feel like they needed to add a little bit more to get us to know these characters, even though they are based on real people and this was based on a real situation. That's still not really enough for me to get invested into the story, because I would have still liked to know more about Finn Cole's character, and next when he's down there, being at the bottom of the ocean and losing oxygen every time he takes a breath. And the more that you knew about the guy, and being more attached to the character or this real person, it would have been more intense than it was. It's not like it wasn't intense, it was. It's just that it kind of slightly felt hollow in certain segments of the film. I'm going to give Last Breath a B-. Had a good time with the movie, liked it a lot, and I think you guys should go out and watch it this weekend if you guys have time. It's just that, again, I feel like the movie could have been maybe 2 hours long. This movie was like an hour and a half long, like a good around 90 minutes. I feel like if they could have added a few more things to pad out the runtime, to give us more time with these characters and get more of their backstory of why do they want to be divers. Like, there's so much that they could have done with to flesh things out, and next when the big moments happen, they have a bigger hit than what they were in the film. So overall, very good. Highly recommend. There isn't really much out, so if you want to go out and see a movie, this is the perfect movie this weekend to go out and watch. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye, guys.